Russia and North Korea are building a bridge. Officially, it is for trade and tourism. Investigators call it something else entirely, a military supply route designed to move troops and weapons in ways satellites cannot track. Russia and North Korea are about to erase the last physical barrier between them. 30,000 more North Korean troops may be on their way. The bridge is nearly ready. So is Russia's wartime lifeline. Russia and North Korea are about to erase one of the last physical barriers between them. A brand new road bridge is nearing completion on their shared border. Officially, it's about trade and tourism. But a new investigation claims the real purpose is far more consequential, creating a military supply route that's faster, harder to track, and built for a war that is showing no signs of ending. As per reports, Moscow and Pyongyang are close to completing the first ever road bridge connecting the two countries, spanning the Tumen River between Kasan in Russia's far east and Tumen in North Korea. The crossing is largely complete. North Korea has already finished its side of the project, including customs and quarantine facilities, ahead of a planned June 19th opening. However, Russia has fallen behind on construction, and no revised opening date has been announced. Both the nations have publicly described the bridge as a project designed to expand trade, tourism, and economic cooperation. However, a new investigation by Ukrainian human rights group Truth Hounds, shared with The Guardian, argues that the bridge is more likely to serve as a discrete military logistics corridor. According to the investigation, roads are significantly harder to monitor by satellite than railway networks.
The type of rail car visible in an image reveals a great deal about the cargo, and certain categories of goods are transported in open rail cars, which allows them to be identified. Trucks, by contrast, almost always look the same in satellite imagery. Road cargo can also be loaded anywhere, as opposed to trains, which rely on a handful of fixed rail hubs.
The new crossing runs alongside the existing Friendship Bridge, currently the only rail link between Russia and North Korea. Russian Transport Minister Andrei Nikitin has insisted the bridge will strengthen trade, improve logistics, boost cultural ties, and transform border regions into developing economic hubs.
The joining of the spans of the road bridge across the Tumen River is a truly significant event. This bridge crossing is one of the key projects in our cooperation with our DPRK partners and friends. The construction was launched by Russian Prime Minister Mikhail Vladimirovich Mishustin and DPRK Cabinet Representative Pak Tai-song. In less than a year, the most critical stages of construction were completed: erection of supports, reinforcement, and launching of the spans. This became possible thanks to the professionalism of our united team of specialists who turned this strategic bridge into reality. The structure is over 1 kilometre long, 424 metres on the Russian side and 581 metres on the DPRK side. The facility is designed as a 2-lane roadway and meets the highest modern safety standards. The impact of launching the bridge is of strategic importance for the economy and social sphere of our countries. A direct road connection will be established between Russia and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
The bridge is estimated to have cost more than $100 million, while reported bilateral trade between the two countries stood at just $34 million in 2024. Russian tourism to North Korea also remains tightly controlled, with only around 10,000 Russian visitors recorded in 2025. Instead, the report concludes the bridge is better understood as strategic infrastructure, allowing North Korean troops, military officials, and construction brigades to enter Russia more efficiently, while enabling Russian technology and resources to move in the opposite direction. Construction began shortly after Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un signed a comprehensive strategic partnership agreement in June 2024, deepening military cooperation.
Transport bridges to China have already been built in the Far East: Nizhnelenskoye Tongjiang and Blagoveshchensk Haihe. Plans also include the construction of new bridges, including to the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, over the Tumen River, which is scheduled to open next year.
Notably, more than 14,000 North Korean troops have fought alongside Russian forces in the Kursk region against Ukraine. On July 25th, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky also warned that Russia is preparing to receive another 30,000 North Korean soldiers. Satellite imagery has previously linked North Korea to large-scale weapons shipments into Russia, while military cooperation between the two countries continues to expand. As the bridge nears completion, it may come to symbolize far more than closer diplomatic ties. Whether it becomes a gateway for trade or a new military lifeline could have consequences extending well beyond the Russia-Ukraine battlefield. The battlefield may no longer be Russia's only source of reinforcements. Ukraine now claims Moscow is preparing to bring in 30,000 more North Korean troops, a move that could dramatically deepen one of the world's most controversial military alliances. If confirmed, it would mark a major escalation in the war and raise fresh fears that the conflict is no longer confined to Europe, but is now embroiling Asia as well. According to the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Russia is preparing to receive an additional 30,000 North Korean troops to fight alongside Russian forces.
We also see Russia's cooperation with North Korea. Russia wants to bring in another 30,000 North Korean troops. Preparations have been underway in Russia's Voronezh region since June to receive them. In addition, North Korea is preparing to supply Russia with new launchers for ballistic missiles. This is a threat not only to Ukraine. Russia is helping North Korea learn how to wage war, improve its weapons, and gain real combat experience in using them. All of this poses a threat to every country in Asia that lies within range of North Korean missiles.
Citing the intel inputs received by his country, Zelensky claims preparations have been underway since June in Russia's Voronezh region to accommodate the new deployment. Zelensky vowed that Ukraine would respond to that threat. The latest claim comes after North Korea previously sent an estimated 14,000 soldiers to Russia's Kursk region under a mutual defense pact signed between Moscow and Pyongyang in 2024. Those troops were deployed to help Russian forces repel a major Ukrainian incursion into the border region. According to the Ukrainian president, Russia is helping North Korea learn how to wage modern warfare, improve its weapons systems, and gain valuable combat experience. He warned that this poses a threat not only to Ukraine, but also to every country in Asia that lies within range of North Korean missiles. If confirmed, the deployment would mark a significant escalation in defense cooperation between Moscow and Pyongyang. Over the course of the 4-year conflict, Russian President Vladimir Putin has increasingly relied on North Korea for artillery shells, missiles, and military support. Political scientist Oh Gyong-seob, a senior research fellow at the Korea Institute for National Unification, reacted to the claims saying,
"This is quite a plausible claim. It would be a win-win deal for both countries."
According to Oh Gyong-seob, North Korea provides Russia with a steady supply of low-cost frontline troops at a time when Moscow's pool of willing recruits has steadily declined after more than 4 years of war. In return, Pyongyang receives financial support as well as access to Russian military technology and operational experience. Current estimates suggest that North Korea already maintains around 14,000 frontline troops in support of Russia's war effort, alongside thousands of military engineers. While neither Moscow nor Pyongyang has confirmed the latest claims, the prospect of another 30,000 North Korean troops entering the conflict would represent a major expansion of their military partnership.